Well, it's after 9 o'clock. We're gonna go ahead and call the meeting to order. It is Tuesday, August 12th, 2025. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
One and all.
Okay. I just want to tell everybody we've got new microphone system, so anything you talk about over there probably could be picked up. So, be nice. Everybody be nice. Okay. Minutes and reports received and filed.
We have the sheriff's July 2025 fees and the county clerk's July 2025 fees.
Commissioner committee liaison reports, upcoming meetings and events.
The Max Summer Board meeting is today. I'm missing that because I enjoy your all's presence so much. HBA board meeting this afternoon, MoDOT Central District unfunded needs planning meeting, or not planning meeting, but unfunded needs meeting this afternoon, and that's a public meeting. So I think you were invited, or
yeah.
All of us were on transportation
Yes.
committee as well. And I plan to go as Campo chair, so. Then we do have planning committee meeting, if we get done with that in time. HBA general membership, there's social at Apple Creek Wednesday night. Thursday, we've got a senior tax freeze wrap-up meeting, solid waste management district board meeting in the afternoon, JC rep meeting in the afternoon. Sunday's a St. Thomas picnic, so probably didn't forget to mention one thing. I know you would have caught me anyway, but you for sure don't want to miss that one.
No, we always go to St. Thomas.
Okay, I think that's it.
Today, Lincoln University has a ribbon cutting on the redo of Dawson Residential Hall. You mentioned MoDOT. Let's see, Wednesday I have a meeting at Architects Alliance on the juvenile building. Thursday, Road and Bridge. Road and Bridge committee meeting Thursday. That's it.
Okay. Today I have a Cap Region MU Foundation luncheon meeting, and I have a conference call with PBS. And then Wednesday I am going to the Salute to America meeting at 11:30. We have a Army marching band for our parade for next year. I already have that confirmed. Thursday is the Homeless Task Force meeting. Friday is the St. Peter's Block Party. Saturday, I am on the radio, KWAS and MB Health. And then Sunday, I will be at St. Thomas. So that's it. We're going to deviate a little bit because last time Sarah from Senator Anders' office, Congressman Anders' office came, we had a long meeting and she had to leave. So Sarah, would you like to come tell us what all you're giving Cole County?
Oh, yes. So there's always something, hundreds of things going on in DC, but Congressman Anders did submit his request to the Appropriations Committee. He did request the maximum level of eligible funding for each. As a gentle reminder though, just because he put forth this request and that he requested the maximum level does not guarantee that the House Appropriations Committee will decide to provide the funding or will include that into the final bill. Out of those 15, 5 are in here within Cole County. These are all in regarding community project funding requests that we have received. The first one is the High Street Viaduct replacement, which is $5 million. The bridge is deteriorating to the point that a hole developed in the deck in the fall of 2022. The next one is the Jefferson City Memorial Airport. Provide the funding level of 2.5. This is for the snow removal equipment building that is located in the city of Jefferson. The next one, number 3, is the Jefferson City, Missouri Police Headquarters Edition, $5 million. This addition is as a community project funding request for the City of Jefferson. The funding would be used for the expansion of the Jefferson City Police Department headquarters to provide the necessary space for emergency response operations and expansion for the foreseeable future. The next one, number 4, is the Centertown Central Wastewater Collection and Treatment Center. It is in the amount of $5 million. As a community project funding request, it's for the Village of Centertown. The funding would be used to construct and centralize wastewater collection and treatment center in Centertown, which it currently does not exist. The 5th for within Cole County is the Jefferson City Fire Command Center, and the dollar amount $311,943. It is for the Jefferson City Fire Command Center as a community project funding request. The funding would be used to create a new fire department state-of-the-art training center and emergency response center. In addition to that, they also are gearing up for the next appropriations cycle. There was some funding that was released in July 1st. The next funding is projected to be released and dispersed in the beginning of October. With the changes to the United States Department of Education, there was some concerns regarding Title I programs. Those programs will be insured and continue to receive support and appropriations from the federal government. I checked for the schools within Cole County, and they all did receive some appropriations, and they are projected to also receive another disbursement in October. And that is it.
Thank Congressman Onder. I think probably, I'm sure our EMS has something that we need to apply for, but thank you very much, and let's hope, and we'll light candles and pray, keep our fingers crossed. Thank you. You're welcome to stay. Okay, we'll go back to bids and contracts. Signing of the 2025 MOU with local public health agencies for access to state vital record system.
Good morning.
Good morning.
This is the agreement that local public health agencies have with Missouri Department of Health and Senior Services to access the mainframe so we can print birth and death certificates. Now, the fee for that did increase this year. For a very long time, it's been 0.242 cents every time we hit the mainframe. It's gone up to 30.5. So we hit the mainframe to access the record. When we print it, the client pays $15 per birth certificate each. Death certificates are $14 for the first, $11 for all the ones after that. So, even though we do get charged every time we hit the mainframe, we're still collecting a fee for those birth and death certificates. So I'd ask that we would sign that agreement today.
We're doing this to help them though. Otherwise we can send these all to them.
We could send them to DHSS and they could make an appointment from 9 to 3, or they can walk into us and get it in about 5 minutes. So
Yeah, no, our funeral homes, I know, utilize your,
right, and
Department.
once they went to an appointment only, our revenue
was
for
gonna
that
mention
service
that
did
too,
go
that-
up.
We do it as a service for them, and then
For
it
the
also
clients.
helps our county folks. They get a better service at that point too.
Much
So,
better.
okay, good. So, all right, I make a motion to approve and sign the MOU with the local public, or with Missouri Department of Health and Senior Services and the Cole County Health Department.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Approval and signing of summer food service program and at-risk after-school program 2025-2026 agreement.
This is also mine. This is also an agreement with Missouri Department of Health and Senior Services for us to inspect the summer feeding sites, and if they have at-risk after-school programs, we'll do their food inspections, and we do get reimbursed for those inspections.
You're on my side today.
I know.
All right. We'll make a motion to approve and sign the summer food service program and that is after school Program 2025-2026 agreement.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. We are going to table the bid award for the video surveillance system according to our great IT director, so we will table that until next week or whenever. Approval and signing of a quote with Don Brown Chevrolet.
Morning.
Good morning.
So this is a quote from Don Brown for a 2026 Tahoe command vehicle. This is going to be in the 2026 budget request, but due to the manufacturing timeframe of the automakers, the 2026 orders are now open. And if we do not sign a quote now, we will not get a vehicle for 2026. So just asking that we sign the quote today. They say they don't need a PO. It's just to place the order. They will resell the vehicle if we don't ultimately appropriate in the budget. So I'll let finance and the auditor figure out whether they want to issue a PO or not. But the total is $54,928 again for a 2026 Chevy Tahoe Pursuit rated. Happy to answer your questions.
They got that all figured out. Oh, there's Jay. Figure out how
We
you
will get it, yeah, we will, Debbie and I will get it figured out.
There's plenty of money in contingency if we have to.
We've had to do this with Public Works and everybody anymore to get a vehicle.
Is this a replacement?
Yeah.
A lot of hoops to jump through.
I'm okay with that, just make sure y'all knew how y'all wanted to do it. So we just need to approve the purchase today then is what you want.
And
So
I'll just, we'll put out a contingency and I'll carry it over into next year's budget. Feeling left out?
So this is to sign the purchase agreement.
Yes.
Make a motion to sign the purchase agreement with Don Brown Chevrolet for the 2026 Chevrolet Tahoe. Grand total $54,928.
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Bid award and contract signing of 2025-25 inmate food service.
We bid out the inmate food services for the sheriff's department and had 2 vendors submit a response. Our recommendation is going to award it to Trinity Services Group with option 2 with an estimated annual cost of $430,623.35. And I do have a contract today and the sheriff's department was okay with it. Good.
I think so, yeah. I didn't have that one pulled up on my computer, sorry.
Do you want to see the bid tab?
So, I think it was on there, I think I looked at it earlier.
Okay.
I think I had questions on it.
I looked at it as well when it came across. Just a curiosity, it comes down to a per meal, right?
Yes,
So
per meal per day.
per meal per day. And what's the number? I mean, is it $1? Like it's so much a meal per day. People
So-
might be interested to know, what does it cost to feed a prisoner?
Tell me if I'm wrong. But, so this one is 95 to 104 number of prisoners with option 2 is $4.10
Per meal.
per meal. Does that sound right?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay.
So
Okay.
rough and dirty, under those terms, that prisoner's meal cost for that day in the jail was $12.30. Right.
That one meal. One sandwich.
That's just one drive-through.
Yeah,
McDonald's.
I'm not gonna trade their meals or.
And they don't even give you coffee.
Okay. All right, I'll make a motion to award the food services agreement to the Trinity Services Group and sign the contract.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. contract signing of 2025-21 salary study.
We awarded this in July 29th. It was to Condrey and Associates for $52,500 for the salary study. Today, we just have signing of the contract. We did set up an orientation with them for September 16th that we were going to invite department heads and elected officials, you guys as well, for an orientation type.
Will they be here for that? Is that's another Zoom kind of thing?
Zoom.
Okay.
So I'll be sending out that invitation.
I'm sorry, what was the date again?
September 16th. It's a Tuesday at 11 o'clock. That way you guys were here.
You're gonna limit our time to 2 hours.
Yes.
We'll put it on the next week.
All right.
No closed sessions.
Okay. I'll make a motion to sign the contract for the salary study with Condrey and Associates.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, new business. Accounts payable review.
We don't have any this week, sorry.
Okay. Discussion of lawn mowing, snow removal services.
So we bid out the lawn mowing and snow removal services for the county as a whole, and we didn't receive any responses back. So put it on the agenda to see how you guys wanted to move forward with it, and pretty much that's it. If you wanted to rebid it, or we can call and get some quotes since we didn't get any, or if we're just gonna leave it as is right now.
We should take low bid, which was 0, right?
Right.
You know, on mowing, that's one thing. Snow removal, if you have a contractor who comes by, say at 6 in the morning and does our sidewalks and parking lots, and that's it. You know, anymore, it snows all day. So as we have it now, maintenance is out there blading our sidewalks, putting chemicals down. Public Works knows what, you know, they're gonna do. You know, I keep thinking the health department, they blade that once and they don't come back. People aren't gonna get to the health department with that hill. So snow removal, I would not wanna try to contract that with somebody. And really, grass, lawn mowing, it seems like you've got it down to an art, so.
The equipment we have currently should last us at least another 5 to 7 years before we have to even think about replacing it.
That's just my opinion, but.
I was kind of pushing for it. We didn't get anybody to bid it, so I just was kind of waiting to see if anybody had showed any interest or not. I've not really had anybody come forward, so I figured we'd just kind of sit on it the way it is for now. I don't know if y'all have any other ideas. And the snow removal part, I did talk to Eric. We do have one of our crew come through with the big truck and push the lot. We could keep that the same and take care of doing the smaller stuff if we were gonna bid it out and do that. But other than that, we just didn't have anybody bid it, so I don't know if they're that busy or what, so.
I was hoping, my effort here was to see, we would have some outside numbers to compare to try to come up with what we spend inside and then compare the two. And to compare, we have no third-party numbers, so I think we just stay where we are. It's not like we're stuck where we are. We do get service where we are. Things do get done. I'm just going to try to measure that cost against some entrepreneur out there that thought they could do it at a lower price. Apparently there isn't one interested, so I think we go on with what we have.
We're fully staffed right now, right?
Yes.
And that makes a difference too. When we're fully staffed, we can do that and still not have the stuff inside suffering because of it, so. Alrighty, well,
Okay.
we'll put it to rest then for now.
I'm more interested in the janitorial bids, but, and I saw where it went.
That's coming.
Coming up, so yes. Okay. Approval and signing of the EMD appointment form.
Good morning. This is just formality to sign the SEMA letter appointing Deputy Chief Sam Gibson as the EMD for the county.
I make a motion to approve and sign the EMD appointment form for Samuel Gibson as the Emergency Management Director.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Forgot to put a sticky on there so it knows where to sign.
Figured he'd be able
The
to.
unfinished business, Missouri State Tax Commission order. We had our BOE last week and went over that. Western Commissioner, I don't know if you want to.
Right. I asked that this be on the agenda, just to keep the commission as well as staff, as well as the public up to date on what we're doing. We agreed, or we being the Board of Equalization, agreed to comply with the State Tax Commission's order and to work right away, visiting with DevNet, actually one of the owners at DevNet, the software company that handles both the assessor and collector's tax duties to some extent. And visited with him several times last week. We believe that we'll easily meet the August 23rd deadline. We've already received a phone call from one of the local political subdivisions late last week. They were concerned that an 8/23 date, August 23rd date, would be a little late for them to publish what they were going to do as far as levy setting, right? But we're going to beat that date. Maybe later this week is our goal, that we would compute, DevNet computes a new Form 11A, which will replace the Form 11, which was prepared by the assessor. So it's just that we're rolling towards the finish line on the order sent to us by the State Tax Commission.
When do we set ours?
We have to have it set by September 1st. It's on the agenda.
So we're kind of under the same
Yes.
days.
Each political subdivision's got the same due date, and I guess they all have a publishing. Does that have to be published a week ahead of time?
Yes, by statute, yep.
Now, I noticed that the city of Jefferson has they published it on Sunday's paper.
And we've already published ours too. I'm assuming we may have
Discussion set for today. It was on there at one point.
Yeah, the discussion was today. I think we're gonna have to move it from the 19th to the 26th, which still get us to the right timeline. So whether a new notice in the paper is necessary or not, that's gonna be up to you guys. I mean, these meetings are all public meetings.
Then I would
You put it back in the paper for the 26th, I could do that. And we'll still meet the deadlines, again, for the 7-day requirement.
Our IT department, as well as DevNet's IT department, corresponded, talked, planned. They're ready to punch the button that makes this occur. Correct?
Correct. So when we said BOE, we agreed to comply. That was by a vote that I was outvoted on, and I still don't think we need to follow it. I think we should be able to look at some different avenues. I don't even know what they're going to do to us if we didn't follow it. So, and then where has the BOE had the power to raise our property taxes the whole time at whatever rate they wanted to, just across the board?
BOE alone? No, but maybe by order by the State Tax Commission, who is the authority for the state. And you know what?
They're not even elected officials or anything. They're
Well, you know
committed to
what?
tell us that we
Our
have
current-
to
our-
raise our fees.
Our current assessor is unelected. How about that?
The current assessor,
Was unelected last August.
He was unelected.
He was. He lost the election. If somebody wants to get talking about unelected bureaucrats running this place, it's
How did
never
he
been-
lose?
Huh?
How did he lose the election, his last election?
He lost because he had an opponent that beat him.
Okay, so, I'm at previous up until September, or until September 1st, I guess. He's still,
He is.
that's how it works. Because if you get beat in August, you're still gonna be here till January 1st.
True.
So,
But
I mean, if State Tax Commission could have been doing this, they should have been doing it all along.
I wouldn't argue that with you. But because they haven't been doing their job in the past, doesn't mean they have to not do their job in the current or future.
Why'd they wait till 2025? I mean, 2021, they should have seen that things were a mess.
The reason we're here today, where we are, is because the assessor did not fulfill his MOU. He sat here last week and said, or when we had the last meeting.
I'm not speaking for him. I'm just asking where the Board of Equalization has the power to do this, and I'm not so sure, even by the order of State Tax Commission, that we have the power as the BOE to raise everybody's taxes. They have no means of appeal. They have no means for anything. So I would have rather fought it. I just wanted to be very clear that I voted against it. So I'm gonna stand up for our taxpayers, and whether, if you all do or don't want to, then that's up to you all.
I think the assessor sent out about 12,500, maybe more, notices to residential parcel owners in Cole County. Sent that out in April saying your value is increasing. And out of those 12,500 plus, you know how many parcels showed up here to protest?
To protest it?
Yeah. To the BOE?
But there was 12,500 that got increased?
Yeah.
But you're saying he wasn't doing his job, he wasn't increasing anybody's
I didn't say
assessments.
that.
You're saying he wasn't doing his job, he wasn't raising any assessments. Following the MOU,
I didn't
MOU
say
said you had to.
The order
Half the county.
was to bring the properties that have been reassessed in 2023 up to equal level with the assessments that went out.
So why wouldn't you bring the proper market assessed value? If you're gonna do it, bring it all the way up to the proper market assessed value. You know why? Because you're gonna play the game, you're gonna do it little by little, and you're gonna keep gigging the taxpayers on their property tax. Do it by 5% or under a certain percentage, and you don't have to go do an in-house assessment or appraisal. So if you're gonna do it right.
Well,
I mean,
don't tell me to do it right. Tell the assessor to do it right, because he got in the habit of doing half the county every 2 years.
How long have we been up here? And if the state, if they hasn't been doing it right, then the State Tax Commission should have noticed as well.
They noticed.
You and I
did.
both know where our assessments
With the
are.
MOU that the assessor has been under, they noticed it and they asked him to correct it. He did not correct it. What we did with the BOE last week was just basically, we did his job for him.
No, because he's not gonna go through and just raise everybody at 5%. That doesn't make any sense. You can't tell me that everybody's is the same percent below where it's supposed to be.
I wouldn't sell my house for what it's assessed at, and even with adding on 5%, I still wouldn't sell my house for that.
So what percentage is yours under? Is yours gonna be the same percentage under as mine?
It's going up 5%.
You were in one of the townships that he did reassess. You got the letter. Right?
And I'm still under assessed. I'll be truthful with you. I'm under market value.
The presiding
guarantee
commissioner didn't get the letter.
So,
But back in '23, he had a small assessment, somewhere around 5.5% increase. So he did generally speaking, the assessor went through half the residential parcels in '23 and raised them. He claims 7, but it's closer to 5.5. That's what he did. He followed that up 2 years later by going to the ones he missed the prior 2 years, and he raised them up to 13%. But what he said he would do in the MOU would do that up to 13 for half, and he'd go back to the ones that he just did for 7, he said, and come and bring them up. He didn't do that at all. He said he would. He didn't go there. And that's what this 5% is to catch up. Those folks who did about 5.5 to the ones who just got hit with 13.
That still does not make any sense whatsoever, just taking a flat amount for 12 or 14 of the townships.
Well, if you want, what you want is you want those, half the county to not have an increase. So those probably 2,500 seniors there have a bigger adjustment later, which they don't have to pay because of they've frozen.
I'm honestly not worried about that.
Well,
That part doesn't bother me. We've got a new assessor coming in,
we do.
and
Thank
there's
God.
no reason why we couldn't let him do his job instead of some tax commission, which has no clue exactly what they're doing because they arbitrarily take some properties, do some kind of assessment and saying, you're saying market value is 17% of value over the last 2 years and 17% the 2 years before that, more than what our properties are.
That's only
That's why we're
looking-
at 30% under.
That sample size is simply on property that's sold.
And so did they have a full appraisal done, or they just sat there and kind of picked and chose what they wanted to do?
Who's they?
The State Tax
The
Commission.
State Tax Commission took the data that was furnished to them by the assessor. The assessor sent over the sales that he could get, sent that over there, and they take that number, that sales price, and they compare it to the assessor's value. And they found that the assessor, on average, on this sample size, was valuing the property at about 67% of the sales price.
So were they able to find out if there were anything else that was included in the sale of that property?
Well, first of all, the assessor only sent over valid sales. He didn't send over the ones where grandpa
What
sold
makes it invalid?
a less than arm's length transaction.
But I can buy property and say, hey, you know what, tell you what, for a little more, throw the tractor in there, and let's roll my closing costs in there, and then there's a sale.
Then that's not a valid
What do you
sale.
think he gets reported to him? That's
I don't
gonna
know what-
include it. It's gonna include it.
No, it's not.
I guarantee it does.
Then his job is to check the
Where?
not valid.
Where on the form does it say, did you get anything else rolled into this sales price, including closing cost, the curtains, anything else that's not attached to the property? I mean, if there's a mobile shed in the back and they want it and they pay another $5,000 to have that, that's not included in.
So you say there's no way to do a sales ratio study?
Not really. I don't know if you have the actual enough data to do that. If you're able to go onto the MLS site, like the appraisers are able to do because they pay a fee to be able to get on MLS sites, then you can find some sales. Not everybody records theirs at the assessor's office.
That's right. You know, the assessor can call the seller, they can call the buyer and say, what'd you sell it for? What did you buy it for? And they can say, I'm not telling you. This is a non-reporting state. I know that. Even if he'd call his brother-in-law or his son or his campaign treasurer.
Yep.
They probably, they could say, no, brother-in-law, I'm not going to tell you. So those sales don't get reported.
Yeah, I don't think there's any way for a state tax commission to know what is going on here. And there's even one I'm on there that was a past county official. I mean, it was a she was a
But she wasn't an assessor, was she?
county collector, so she should kind of have an idea why the state should stay in their own lane.
Well, it's their duty to do what they're doing. If they don't do that, this state's gonna get in worse shape than it was in the late
So then why didn't they fix everybody's in SB3? They said, well, we're just gonna leave it in the hands of the county. Well, They can't just talk from both sides of their mouth.
They didn't have anything to do with SB3.
The state tax commission didn't, but the state did. So the state either needs to stay the hell out of it or else get involved. If they're gonna do that and come in here and do that, then
They're getting involved right now. They're telling some counties to raise by 15, and they're telling another county to limit it.
and you got some counties tell them to go pound sand.
That's right.
And that's what we should have done.
Well, we had that vote, you lost.
So
it.
yeah,
I know I did. I'll just
Cole
bring that part
County and
up.
Platte County this was what that order was for, Cole County and Platte.
Well, there
So I think
two separate orders.
Platte is going to go to court.
Well, they're not gonna do it.
Yeah, they're not gonna do it, but my understanding is,
Well, are they going to court or is the state tax commission?
What happens to them if they don't comply with the order?
Well, they don't get the per parcel payment, which in Cole County's instance, that's about $117,000. We've been told you're not gonna get, Cole, you're not gonna get it because the assessor didn't do his job. Now, maybe they will do it if the BOE picks up the slack. I don't know. We'll see.
I just feel like we can't pick and choose what statutes, what laws, what orders we want to obey and what we don't want to obey.
So you have somebody else that's going to fight it because they read statute differently than you do? Or do you just say they're blankly going out and gonna thumb their nose at it?
I just did not want to break the law.
So you're saying that they're just blatantly going out and doing that, or they got an attorney that reads the law different? And that's why we have this big building over here, is because you can get two attorneys in the same room and they're gonna look at something and they can read it totally different. So,
I'm just following, we followed the law. Board of Equalization
in your opinion,
followed the law.
or in somebody's opinion, you're saying they followed the law.
I'm sure glad I put this on the agenda, otherwise we wouldn't have been able to talk about it before, I think.
Well, that's good. You didn't see the faces I was making at you like this.
I'm sorry.
We can fine tune it some more, I think, if we needed to.
Okay.
We did take care of the,
Chris, it looks pretty.
we did take care of the presiding commissioner's picture there for you, I
You
believe.
make me look better.
Let me look.
Slimmer too.
Yeah, he's clean shit. He cleaned up.
Yeah. Okay, any other discussion on the Board of Equalization or anything else? If not, then I would entertain a motion to stand in recess.
Oh, it's too much fun. I don't want it to end.
Then I will make a motion that we stand in recess until 4:30.
This is tempting. I'm gonna go ahead and second. I've had my fun.
All in favor?
Aye.
Oh, God.
Oh, man.
Here, I want to talk to you for a minute.